Hey folks, it's Matt with Creative Discomposure. I find it interesting when people who build things and then share that process on YouTube start their videos by saying, "Today we are going to build whatever," when there's really no way you can build that prop in one day. So I will start out by saying, in today's video, I am going to corpse a small plastic cat skeleton. Now, corpsing a skeleton is adding elements to represent decomposing organs and skin so it looks like the subject came back from the dead or was recently dug up. Basically, it makes it more creepy or interesting. I like projects like this because it sparks the imagination to create a story about the prop. This plastic skeleton was purchased from Walmart during the Halloween season, but I bet you can find them online even now. This is going to be a more simple project than the earlier pictures you saw. Now, materials for corpsing skin can include paper towels, shop towels, and so forth. The paper towels can't have a pattern on them because skin does not have a print for maximum absorption. Shop towels don't have a pattern per se, but these are blue, and that color is not going to go away, which makes painting difficult. Natural cotton fibers is what I use on the skulls I make because I like the mummified tissue look it makes. But for this project, I'm using regular gift wrapping tissue paper because I like the way it simulates dried, wrinkled skin on the skeletons. But before we put some skin on, we have to give this cat some guts. So I'm spraying in some Great Stuff foam into the body cavity to simulate dried out, decomposing organs. Remember, this stuff expands, so don't use too much on your project or you'll have to cut and chip out some material. You can see how some foam protruded through the ribs, but that's okay. It's going to look real cool when we're done. I'm wearing my gloves because I will get liquid latex on me, and it's easier to deal with gloves than on the skin. I'm not allergic to latex, it's just getting around the hair, and that hurts when you try to peel it off. Now, straight edges make things look fake, so I'm careful to tear the paper so I don't have any straight edges. Liquid latex can be found online like Amazon or at a theatrical supply store. Just look around. It can be very thin and cheap, or thicker like for mask making purposes. Now, I prefer the thicker because it does not run as much. Make sure you use throwaway brushes for this because the latex will ruin your good brushes. Paint a little latex on the skeleton, then place the tissue paper over it. This sticks the paper down and makes it easier to get into the spaces on the skeleton. Now gently paint over the paper with latex, saturating the paper. You can move the paper, bunch it up, tear it up a little, push it between the ribs. When it dries, it looks like the skin is wrinkled, torn, and dried out between the ribs. Use your imagination, and like Bob Ross always used to say, enjoy those little accidents. After you cover the skeleton as you wish and all of the latex is dry, then the paint. I use a combination of yellow, green, brown, and I will sometimes use blue. Paint on, then dab off with a paper towel, leaving the darker color at the bottom and lighter at the surface. I paint in sections and sometimes overlap the colors. You want to go for layers of color, but not every layer. The color needs to show through and not have a distinct pattern. Here is the color compared to the head, which is unpainted. Color, no color. Color, no color. Now the paint is finished, it's time for staining. Use what you have on hand or buy what you like. Mahogany makes a very dark prop, where honey stain is much lighter. This dog was done with mahogany, but on this project I'm going to use honey. Same process as the paint, apply, then dab. You're still wearing your gloves, right? So here is one side without stain and the other side with. I'm not going to put eyes on this project, but you could. And there it is, a corpsed cat skeleton. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you have not already. Feel free to share this video with friends and leave me constructive criticism so that I can get better at doing these. So once again, this is Matt with Creative Discomposure, reminding you that no matter what you do in life, be curious, learn, and be interesting.